Good evening, this is Kuro. Got another ranked game in my Shimakaze. Going over the matchmaking, this is cruiser heavy and destroyer heavy. This is always interesting in a Shimakaze. And this game you're going to see how I use the F3 torpedoes against this sort of matchmaking pretty well. So, loading into the game, I am going to go to ACAP this time. I basically play the 1-2 line. Um, Apparently somebody just bought a Haragumo and needs to, you know, break in the guns, I guess. Um, but the game plan here is get up on the 1-2, get some spotting done, get some, see what kind of torp opportunities we can get. What I really want to do, I want to be spotting for my. It looks like I'm getting a Haragumo and a Hindenburg pushing up this way. The way that this gearing's headed, I'm pretty sure this guy's already going to go mid. Um, and watch the mini map. Guys drive in certain ways. They'll give you advanced warning of where they're going, and you can use that to work out a game plan well in advance of it actually happening. So Arcaba and Des Moines go to CCAP. This can actually work if the Caba's smart. Basically loiter out here, and when the Des Moines pops radar, uh, DDs get spotted, he can basically blast them out of the water. Our Minotaur was AFK, he's just loading in now. That's kind of rough on this map because any sort of AFK depends. You need to get up to your positions pretty quick on this map. Um, but I'm looking at RPF here, and I'm expecting a DD to try to rush this ACAP with the way RPF's looking. Um, and I'm gonna go ahead throw just a set of torpedoes out there, and all I'm looking to do is if this guy is coming in, I want to possibly make him overextend and basically push where he can't. He basically has to stop to try to make it into A. Instead, the Des Moines pops up, and the Des Moines starts rushing me. And when I see that, I switch back to torpedoes. I know he's going to the island, so I just drop my torps right on this point of the island, and I'm rewarded with a DD popping their smoke. Uh, there's a chance that I can get a DD hit here with the pre-fired torps. Um, doesn't work out to be the case. I know the Des Moines just popped radar, so I can start running the timer in my head and basically come back and be able to exploit that situation. Haragumo should not be firing AP, he should be shooting HE. And right there, I pick up a torp hit and a flooding on the Des Moines. And if Haragumo's smart and starts using HE, he could easily be racking up some fire damage and stuff like that. The Des Moines keeps pushing, and I'm just giving it a hard look here. I do want to shoot, see if I can get some fires on this guy. Instead, a Shimakaze pops up, and I we need to get some of these destroyers worked down. So I'm gonna go on ahead and open up, and I mean my positioning it's kind of aggressive, so I want to get back in closer to this island because there's the chance that something can be spotted up here. I mean my RPF, and there it is. The Wooster pops up, and I don't know if the Wooster had radar or what, um, but I need to skedaddle like ASAP. Um, you can't see the indicator, but basically laying out some, you know, make-a-wishes for the Wooster. The first two I dropped thinking that he would kite out. He wasn't kiting out, so I dropped the last one at his indicator. And I just come south. I mean, I'm not going to win a close-in gunfight against a Wooster. So I want to come in here, keep the Des Moines spotted for my team. You know, just in general, help my team out. We lose our Hindenburg. You know, going bow in against a Wooster, bad idea. In the history of bad ideas, that one's really solid. Um, don't do it. You're not gonna win that fight. Not unless you're like at, you know, beyond like 14, 15 kilometers, and even at that range, I would suggest not bowing in, but because his AP isn't really going to be able to hit you or do any damage to you, uh, get all your guns on target. You know, it's rough. I take a speculative shot here. I'm already kiting. I'm gonna be a difficult to hit target. Um, and this is, you know, me just try to bait these guys. I've got a gearing that's pushing into the cap, and last thing I want to do is have a Z52 and a gearing squaring off, where the Z52 might have hydro and smoke. Um, the Z52 eventually just decides, you know, he's just going in anyway. So I'm gonna go on ahead and I'm gonna make my decision that I'm gonna push back up here again. Uh, my team's gonna be going into the cap soon, so I want to make sure that I'm able to help these guys. And I see the Z52 come out for some reason. I'm not entirely sure why, um, but you know that's helpful for my team. And then this was a critical spot. The Wooster coming down into that cap would have been really nasty for us in A cap. I mean, we could have probably torped him, but we probably would have lost 2 DDs in the process. Um, so the Wooster kiting up, that basically is the death knell of ACAP. I mean, you've got a Kaba, Haragumo, there's a gearing in the area, and then I'm going to be closing the door on the whole thing. And you've got, you know, 3 DDs in there that are, you know, they're just going to evaporate. And I mean, look at these guys go to work. I mean, oof. Katie bar the door. Unfortunately, our Haragumo takes a bunch of damage, and he's going to go down here shortly. But he got good trades out of the deal. And now there's just one low HP Shimakaze along with the Kaba and me for A cap. And, you know, at this point the Shima doesn't even know that I'm here. And, you know, that's the way that I want to keep it. Going back into my gun camera view. There's the Shima. He's done for. We're going to go on ahead cap A, and what I'm anticipating is the start of the C push, and where this Wooster is, I expect he's going to kind of come down this circle to, you know, get the push going immediately. They do have an advantage here with 2 cruisers and 1 DD. If they work together, they've got a major firepower advantage over us. So it's definitely something that needs to be respected. I know the gearing's being radared right now, and I mean, no fucks given. I'm gonna push right in here, and I mean, unfortunately, you can't see the torp indicators, but I'm basically dumping it, expecting him to basically come in this direction. And I'm just baiting him the whole way. I'm just gonna shoot the guy, going ahead, turn broadside to my torps. The gearing smokes up. That's telling me that you know, there's gonna be a break in vision. Looks like the radar is down. And I mean, you see the F3s already. They're just right in there. And good luck. That Wooster already ate a torp. He probably already flooded. Um, IJN torps, you almost always get the flood, and it's ticking, and the Wooster burns down to the gearing. While this is all going on, um, the Hindenburg's pushing C-cap still on this flank. Um, I haven't mixed it up with this gearing yet, so I don't know how healthy this gearing is. So basically, ask your team. If you don't know, somebody in your team might. So they're telling me he's low HP. So that tells me I can play aggressive with him and pick a fight. This Kaba, it's a misplay. He should be driving directly for BCAP. With that gearing on low HP, um, he might kill the gearing in the process. If not, he's backcapping him. And it's this whole thing. I don't understand what this is. Go do something useful for your team. Now, I expect he's got Hydro up. And, there it is. His Hydro actually spots me before my physical concealment. And, that's always nice. But I dropped the torps, and I just led a little too much when I saw his turn. He was able to turn out, slow down enough that, that torp just barely missed. Unfortunate, but, those German hydros, they're a bear to deal with. If you're trying to torp those guys, they've got, basically an entire weekend to dodge the torps. And, we've got the conundrum here. How do I delay this? How do I make this into a good situation for my team? I don't have torps. I don't want this guy to cap. So what I'm going to do, I want to keep the guy spotted, obviously. Gonna go back in my views, or I was in my view. But I'm sitting here kind of looking to see where he's going now. Him pushing me is a misplay. He's gonna run out of cap room, and I see him turning out. And that's not really what I want for these F3 torpedoes. So you see me pushing in, and then he comes right back down again, real tight. It's either a pre-planned move or he already sees the torps. I'm not going to let him have this cap, so I'm going to go on ahead, take the shot. His guns aren't on me. Get the resets. He's getting on target right now. I'm going to go on ahead and pop smoke. My gearing's able to keep this guy spotted, and we're going to tag team this guy. My gearing is smart enough that he's not smoking up. This Hindenburg he keeps trying to shoot me in the smoke, and I'm inside of his smoke detection range. So every time he shoots at me, that's another 20 seconds of where I can shoot at him and, you know, not deal with him potentially dropping off. So I'm just going to keep it going. And if you notice, I had switched to AP. It was a speculative shot, see what kind of damage I could do. And, I mean, he's flat broadside. So it's, you know, really solid damage. So I'm just going to stick with the AP here and just, you know, keep working on this guy. There's high caliber. Just doing some juking in the smoke. I come out of the smoke for a minute. I don't, you know, my repair is still down. It's just coming back up. I don't really want to get set on fire, so, you know, I should have fired that shot a little later. But he missed anyway. He didn't have that much of an opportunity to shoot me, and that's the game. Have a good one.